Okay, so it's Saturday. I was too lazy to record yesterday, and frankly, it doesn't really matter as long as I stay consistent with the weekly updates. But, okay, something is finally happening. We are making a little bit of progress. I've decided to take up ecom email marketing. Reason being is I've thought about this for weeks, and I literally wrote out everything I could do and wanted to do. And this is what I came for. I really just I don't know, it just kind of spoke to me out of all of those things, and I kind of want to, I guess, transition from the info space because for a variety of reasons, I'm not gonna explain that. It's really just you would need so much context, and after 2 years of being like in the coaches and helping coaches, I've realized a couple of things, but this is actually something that so far I'm really enjoying. I'm currently learning design. I'm learning from all kinds of videos. I'm just studying, and it's just so fun. So far I like it. I really do like it, and it's also amazing. I mean, I don't know if it is actually easy, but it looks at least logical as far as value delivery. So I know actually what I can help clients and how I can get them results, which was for coaches was for me the hardest thing. So hopefully this will be the offer that's gonna help me, you know, get what I want. You already guys know what it is, but yeah, honestly, that's pretty much what I've been doing for the past few days. Just kind of learning, studying, getting into the game, understanding it better, and I'm getting already a lot of information, and I can tell that I could help these people. I just do, and the design itself is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, it's not that difficult, and the emails that perform the best, I've noticed that they're just really simple designs, and I'm like, oh, I could make that, you know. So it's really not that difficult. I just gotta practice. You know how it goes. I just have to rip as many of these designs as possible. And yeah, copy is not that hard. I mean, I got 2 years worth of copywriting experience, so that really won't be an issue. And copy isn't really, it doesn't matter that much in this. It just has to be, the first principle behind it has to be there. It doesn't need to be anything crazy like in the info space. So that's pretty cool as well. And besides that, yeah, I've also finally, I think it was on Tuesday, which was the 10th of June. Today is 14th, so it's been 4 days since I've set up my new domains because my last domains got burned for some reason. They were going to spam. So I'm also gonna in a few days, I'm gonna practice some more design and study, blah blah blah, get in the game, build out the problems, build out my offer itself. Then I'm gonna build out my outreach system. So what I'm gonna actually do, and I'm also planning on sharing everything I learn as far as this. Like I don't want to start posting yet because I'm still pretty new, but I'm going to start posting some videos about it very soon. I just want to share what I'm learning and kind of just starting some content. Nothing crazy. I don't know how often and how much time it will take up, but there's a lot of like barriers as far as getting like getting a lot of stuff done besides the highest leverage activity, which is learning design and learning the craft itself. So I don't want to overdo it as far as the content and spend so much time on it because then I get overwhelmed and then I just end up doing very little as far as the high leverage activity, which could be outreach, which could be design, whatever. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, guys. And I'm gonna be honest, habits and mindset wise, it's not the best this week. It hasn't been the best, I'm not gonna lie. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I think I know why, but I'm just kind of in the process of kind of learning more about myself, and it's really good being finally off from school for at least some time so I can actually get better and build plans and iterate. So, what I'm planning on doing is this is something you can do, guys, as well. The reason I am, and maybe also you watching this, are maybe stuck in the same place in whatever area of your life, whether that's the gym, relationships, whether that's, like learning the skill, making money. It is because we as humans really easily adapt to things, right? So we adapt a way of things, and that's our like set normal kind of state. And we hate change, especially me. I absolutely despise change. I just want to have my routine, and that's it. So whenever you change, everything kind of shifts, and it's a little bit different for every single person. So what I'm trying to get at is we often kind of downplay the situation we're at. So let's say you're not making progress in the gym, like I am not right now. That's because I don't have a crafted meal plan, right? It's not because I'm not working out hard. It's because I don't have a meal plan, and because of that has a consequence of me not getting the result in the gym despite my efforts, right? So it's kind of wasting time in your gym. And what I'm trying to kind of get at, I don't want to get besides the point too much, is always leave out a space during your day to take a look at your life, just sit back and look. Okay, so this is where I'm at. These are my goals. Why am I not moving forward? Why am I not moving? Let's say you're stuck. For example, my example, I don't have a meal plan, so I need to create a specific meal plan to move towards my goals. And unless I do that, nothing is going to happen, And that's the reason why we just stay stuck in these same scenarios. And I call this, I've just came up with this a few minutes ago, called unnecessary pain. Because if you think about it, it is unnecessary. Because you could just sit down for 10 minutes, like I can, make the plan, and just move on, iterate from there. So that's why I'm beginning to implement this. I'm going to call it the iteration block at the end of each day, to look at my life, not just from the business standpoint, and see, like, okay, am I making progress? If I am, good. Leave it as is. And, you can even make it better, but as long as you're making progress, that's what matters. And depending on your goals, how fast you're making that progress depends on how much time you put into the certain input that is needed to get to that goal, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do. For example, like I just told you, I'm going to just sit down and have the meal, build out the meal plan, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is, I don't know, I have a bunch of things like written down that I need to iterate on to move forward, right? This can be for all sorts of things, your beliefs, your relationship with God. It can be, distractions, how you avoid distractions, if you put your phone in the other room, if you leave it in the room, whatever, all these kinds of little things that are stopping you from getting better. And this is, I think, really the secret to getting anywhere, because as long as you're making progress, then you have nothing to worry about, right? Eventually, you're going to get to those goals. And depending on how quickly you want to get there, then that's how much time you prioritize for the certain input needed for that goal, if that makes sense. So let's say my goal was, of course my goal is, make it with ecom email. So I'm going to put most of my time into iterating on that. Not on the gym, because I don't want to be a bodybuilder. Of course I'm going to iterate on that as well, because that's another goal that I have, but I don't put as much importance to it as the money goal, let's say. So, yeah. That's kind of how I think about it. That's something you can implement. It's a tactic. I've explained the reason why. The first principle is really, really simple. You don't want to stay stuck in the same spot for a long time, because if you don't change nothing is going to change. And the reason being is you're just going to stuck in the same loop, and you're just going to cause unnecessary pain and struggle. Boom, done. That is what I wanted to kind of convey and explain to you guys. I hope you found this valuable. I'm just going to upload this video right now, and then I'm going to head to bed. So see you next week.